Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A little treat here. I've been waiting for Starmancer to release for over a year, and it just hit early access, so I figured we'd give it a little trial run, work our way through the tutorial. The first thing you'll notice is the beautiful pixelated graphics. I absolutely love the art direction in the game. To start off, we'll just hit the new button, enter our name. Works out well there. Oh, look at these options. Full disclosure, I played for about 20-25 minutes a little earlier just to give myself a handle on the controls. I worked myself through a little bit of the tutorial. I don't have an idea how long the tutorial is, so this may be 1 or 2 videos is what I'm assuming, but we will see. First thing you got to notice is we got to design our core. Love the little smiley face. Being that I have problems seeing colors, we're just going to wing it with a couple of these colors. This one kind of looks close to the Echo Ridge colors. I don't know. Oh, and then we got a body. Oh, look at the bulky body. Scrappy. I think we're going to go with Scrappy on this one. Works out well. Here we go. What's the station's name? Well, of course, Echo Ridge. Here we go. A quick little loading screen comes up, and here it is. Our first glimpse at our little station. Or ship. Now, in the tutorial, a couple little messages come up. Long story short is we're not sure how we got to this system, and we're thinking that if we get the warp drive back online, we'll be able to meet the rest of our fleet. But the idea is you play as this little AI here. You're not the human, you're the AI. Like in another space-based colony sim that we may be familiar with. So the first thing you'll notice is, beside the gorgeous graphics, is the interface is pretty clean. There's not too much to it. It's very intuitive how to work yourself around. You see our objectives in the tutorial. Here on the right, we need to select the incubation tank and unlock some colonists. Easy peasy. You'll notice here in the top left, we have 200 of these DNA fragments. Basically, we're growing these humans from a database of DNA that we happen to have in our memory banks. But you'll notice some of these humans are a little bit more expensive than the others. You can go really cheap, but then you're going to end up with a gluttonous, incompetent stockbroker. No thank you, Jim. But you can also see that you can refresh. It gives you a quick little warning that says, hey, you can keep refreshing on what they call the egos until you get your first 3 colonists. After that, you only get 3 free refreshes each day. But we'll go ahead and refresh all these now and see what else comes up. Look at this telemarketer with morbid curiosity, potty mouth, and aggressive for 105. We wouldn't be able to afford all of 3 humans if we managed to get Andrew Norris. Of course, we'd get Andrew Norris and just go really cheap on the next 2. I mean, you can go really cheap. Some of these cost 0 DNA fragments. Like Kinsley, a paleontologist who's anxious, disgusting, and likes to oversleep. I think for our first human, we're going to go with Farrah Solomon, a dog walker who's speedy, tolerant, and charismatic. Loves doing chemistry, but refuses to do power generation or research. Actually, no. We're going to need somebody to do research. Next. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go big or go home on our first human. We're going to get Jake White. He's a doctor with potty mouth. He's tolerant and charismatic. Loves carrying biowaste. I mean, who doesn't? And loves chemistry. Our first colonist is in the books. We got this little message. May not be the best choice, but it'll have to do now. You start off with some supplies, and they are over here in these little containers. Now, what I've noticed before is that the colonist will come and just basically start opening all these containers. And then over here, we have our little shuttlecraft. This is what we send to go do mining missions and the such. And then in the center, we got our little AI core. Not too much, not a lot of building space. So you got to be careful at the beginning because we only have 7.5K. I think it's pronounced Zypher. All right, enough with the formalities. We can click on the incubation tank and click Grow Colonist. It shows us our available DNAs. And there's Jake White. Click Confirm, and the growing process starts. While old Jake's being incubated, I figured we can start looking for our other couple of colonists. We only have 52 DNA left, so we're going to have to be careful now. We're going to go max on the second one and go 0 on the third. An absolute cluster bomb. I mean, this will actually work right here. We'll grab Reno and Kim. Reno was a cashier, faint-hearted, tolerant, with a potty mouth, hates carrying bio-waste. I mean, what's with the bio-waste? Some people love it, some people hate it. And then we're also going to grab Kim. Kim's a charismatic real estate agent, slow learner and speedy, but Kim refuses to stock any machines or do any building. Old Jake is done and we are ready to go. We just click Harvest Colonist and here he comes. Our little AI assistant named Cat tells us some mistakes were made. First things up, tutorial wants us to activate our beacon. To do this, we click on the colonist, we click on the command override button, and then we can go over here. And a little context menu comes up. We say, hey, activate the SOS beacon, buddy. While he's doing that, we can grow our next colonist. And just like that, our SOS broadcast takes off, and we realize no one is responding. Then we get a message from some scavengers saying, hey, we'd be willing to trade with you, but you're going to have to build a trading pod to do that. Long story short, it's how you make some Zypher. Before we can build that, we need something to sell, so we're going to go mine some ore. We click on this beautiful star map here, and we go find the ore. This one's ice, nothing here. Ore, here we go. There's a couple of ores. Oh, this one's got a gold pot, some silicon. Very cool. You'll also notice that some of these planets and stuff are locked. It says, hey, to get the ore off of this planet requires a skill of 5 in mining and a mining drill. We don't have those things. These two little asteroids, though, look perfect. It's got 18 ore on it that we can mine. We've already got the mining skill. I guess it's a basic low-level skill. And the infection risk is low. Let's do it. We will click mine. And just like that, here comes our colonist. He's going to jump in the old SS Heart. There he goes, spacewalking. And there he goes. 5 hours is what it'll take to mine that necessary ore. And look at this, our next colonist is ready. We will definitely harvest you. Welcome aboard, Reno. And now let's grow our next one. Yeah, we're growing humans. Come on, Kim. You'll notice old Reno is opening up all these little storage boxes and taking all the goods out of them. You can pretty much click on most everything, and it tells you what it is. This says, hey, it's a generic room. It's got 100% oxygen. It's decreasing because, you know, people are breathing it. Temperature. Then you can click on this little inventory tab, and it shows you everything that is sitting in this tile. In this case, 4 things of purified water. Looks like we've discovered some ore. Look at this. Kim is ready for harvest. Welcome aboard, Kim. Our AI overlord says, hey, we need to do some research to be able to refine that ore. We click on the build, a nice little menu comes up. We click on research station, Q and E to rotate it. Oh, beautiful. We'll just put you right here. Easy enough. Same deal. While the little item, it kind of looks built. I hope they add another indicator here, but somebody's going to come by and actually build this thing. There we go. Our research station is almost built. And boom. Now we just got to go to the research screen. I'm very excited about this research screen. A ton of research. Goes all the way over and down. Very cool. First thing our AI overlord wants is for us to build an ore refinery. All right. Let's go select the ore refinery. You can see we've got to build basic power first. And boom, we've unlocked basic power. Power system is pretty easy. To start with, you have access to the treadmill. You put a treadmill down, colonists can run on it, and charge a battery. So we'll go ahead and put a treadmill and a battery right here. Now they are connected, otherwise we'd have to use some wires. Someone's sleeping on the job. Apparently we don't have any beds yet, so they're just sleeping on the floor. But our tutorial overmind has not told us to build beds. For now, it wants us to build a trading pod that it must be placed outside. Now this one took me a minute. You can build off any of these little airlocks. What took me a little while though is you can see where the little ramps are. I figured like, hey, just click. And it said, no, it's an intersecting object. Okay, intersecting object, got it. So what I learned is you actually have to build an external floor first. So we'll build a couple external floors here. They cost 10 cipher each, and then we can put our trading pod down. Perfect. Now our trading pod's ready to be built. So if you look closely, you can see that Jake, I guess, went to the bathroom on the floor and left his waste here. Oh, we're transporting the waste now? Oh, yes, definitely. The waste goes in its separate storage area. Way to be tidy. All right, our beautiful ore refinery is finished. You can see when you highlight over it, it requires 1 power per minute, requires maintenance every 24 hours. It's really loud and it's pretty ugly. You'll also notice it's a big Chungus type of device. We're going to put it right back here in the corner. Now, I'm pretty sure it moved some of our items out of the way. I hope we didn't delete any of our other items. But it also requires power. And in this case, we just take our lovely wire and we can just stretch it right across the floor. And then the colonist will come by, build that, and then our ore refinery will have power. Speaking of power, let's put some light on this subject, shall we? Put a little wall light there. Throw a beautiful couple strands of wire there. And let there be light. I don't know if it does anything specific, but hey, at least we can see now. When you select the ore refinery, you can see there's actually 3 different things that you can build. We're choosing the metal because, well, our tutorial overlord told us to build metal. You can also see that the buildings each have an upgrade, which is pretty cool. You get a couple upgrade modules. You can either overclock it, optimize its efficiency. Couple little upgrades we can make. Our tutorial overmind says we need to drop some metal into the analyzer. Apparently, the nanobots will repair our warp drive. So what we need to do to pick up items is you select your human and you say, hey, we're going to do a command override on them. And then left click the item and say, hey, go pick this up, will you? Click on take item, metal. And we're going to say, hey, go place it over here in the analyzer. Again, this is all done with left click. A couple of cool features when you select the colonist, you can also see their stats over here. A lot of stats, some physical needs. You can also see they have individual skills. And then they have their priority list. But also it shows what they're carrying in their inventory. Pretty cool. And then their last few messages that they've had. Now let's activate the warp drive. Command override, left click, engage warp drive. Sadly, we did not find our fleet, but we did find someone in distress. Now our mission is to send the crew to rescue this civilian named Dawn. Because we warped to a different solar system, we have different asteroids and different planets. Our mission is to go to this Kepler colony and try to save Dawn. We're going to select the contract mission, and I suppose we're going to send all 3 of them. I don't know. There's Dawn. We're coming for you, Dawn. Our last of our colonists are loading into the ship, and away it goes. While we wait on them to come back, it's interesting to note that over time, it looks like we gained DNA fragments. We're back up to 40, and it also says, hey, we can grab another colonist. Well, I think we will. Let's unlock more colonists, shall we? Nevea fits the bill just fine. They're a pacifist tailor, slow learning and hateful. Doesn't like farming either. At this point, though, we just need working folks. Our quest is complete. We found Dawn. She made it to a shuttle, but the place was crawling with slime creatures. And then we find out that Dawn and our crew have been followed. We've got to get out of here. It's time once again to warp away. Select the colonist, command override, let's go. And away we go. Let's see what this next solar system holds for us. Our next mission is to repair sensor data. And we meet a fellow AI synthetic overlord. Look at this. They make us a deal, send them nutrition bricks, and he'll save our data. The first objective here is let's go ahead and convert some waste into biomass. We need some waste recyclers. A quick trip to the research tab, and we find the waste recycler. Unfortunately, it's going to cost 2,000 Zypher to build. Lucky for us, it looks like we made a good bit of money from that last contract. When you highlight over a colonist, it'll always tell you what they're doing. Apparently, our friend Kim here is pooping on the floor. Very nice. Our waste recycler is finished. It's a machine that converts waste products into biomass. This sounds like it's going to be delicious. Let's go to the old build menu. Waste recycler. Oh, this one doesn't take up as much space. That's good news. This looks good right here. Next up, we need a food brick factory to create delicious nutritional bricks. Where do you think we're getting the ingredients for the nutrition bricks? Back to the tech tree, food brick factory. Here we come. Oh yeah, it's as horrible as you think it is. They're taking all the poop and bringing it to the waste recycler. Doesn't look like our food brick factory takes up too much space. Let's try to put it next to everything else, shall we? This looks like a good spot. And here's where that wonderful biomass that was created out of our poop goes right into the food brick factory. On the production screen, you can see it goes from biomass to nutritional bricks. It looks like our humans come with little upgrades. The first upgrade is of the drone level. I guess that's how the humans start, as little mindless drones. I think we're going to go with athletic. Our other options were durable, which increases their max health, and regular, which means they produce more bio waste. Beautiful. There it is, our first nutritional brick. Sounds very tasty. Next thing we need to do is send these nutritional bricks over to fulfill this contract. We need 5 of them. All right, folks, get to producing more bio waste, will ya? All right, looks like we've completed our 5 nutrition bricks. Let's go ahead and head over to Star Map, select our mission, and do that contract again. I don't think we need to send everybody, right? Oh, it needs a crew count of 3. First 3 in the hopper is good. 5 nutrition bricks, 3 crew. It also shows you the skills of what your away team has. Apparently the team we selected has a total of 2 engineering, 3 laborer, and 1 botanist. It's pretty cool. I like the mission setups. While they're heading off on their away mission, it looks like we've managed to save up 208 DNA fragments, and our cap is up to 5 humans. Let's go ahead and unlock some more. Except this time, let's go big time. I'm talking 200. All right, we're going to grab Lillian, a statistician who's mute, has morbid curiosity, is tolerant. They love cleaning blood, fixing objects, and carrying dead bodies. Let's grow Lillian right now. I think Lillian's going to be the last colonist we grab unless the tutorial tells us to. I also noticed in the top, we have 3 upgrade modules saved. I don't know if we got them from missions or what, but we have 3 of them. I think we're going to upgrade our food brick factory. It only requires upgrade modules. And there's 2 of them here. Overclocked, which item production is 66% faster, or optimal efficiency increases production yield by 1. I think we're going to go with optimal efficiency on this. Unless I'm mistaken, it looks like the math would work out better. We'd actually get more. Look at this little guy. We have found a power leech. We could order the colonists to fight the power leech, but I don't know if that's a good idea quite yet. We're going to let the power leech do its thing. Steal some power. Apparently, if we let them stay around for a while enough, they'll drop upgrade modules and DNA fragments. Oh, look, guys, we have a pet power leech now. Our friend, the other AI overlord, says that our nutrition bricks increased morale by 13.25%. He also recovered the data. And inside the data, it says, hey, our fleet was headed towards System 5962. Looks like we're warping out again. We'll have old Lillian smash the warp drive button, and away we go again. And it looks like we've recovered a weak signal. Our AI friend thinks if we send crew to the source of the signal, we might be able to recover the message. let's do it. To the star map we go. Let's find out what the mission requirements are. Just takes 3 crew, and we'll get a bunch of experience, some more DNA fragments, some more Zypher, and 3 more upgrade modules. All right, let's send Lillian on, and a couple folks with some skills. We're also going to launch our trading pod. We sent some of our metal that we were creating. And with the completion of that contract, that's the end of the tutorial. It looks like we found the rendezvous protocol, but in order to get that far, you're going to have to research the long-range warp drive. The long-range warp drive is way at the end of the tech tree. It looks like we've sort of discovered what the mission is of our little colony. To join back up with the fleet. But in order to do that, you need the long-range warp drive. And it's way far down on the tech tree. And by then, we would lose a lot of humans if we didn't build our awesome colony right. With that, I think that'll do it for our sort of introductory first look into Starmancer. I enjoyed doing the tutorial. Would love to hear what you think in the comments. I'm thinking about adding this to our rotation along with Oni. It's right up our alley. It's a colony sim. It has humans instead of dupes. And these fine folks also pee and poop on the floor, except in this case, we can take it and make food out of it. And then sell it. Such a great economy idea. Alright folks, I hope you had as much fun watching this episode as I did making it. Talk to you soon.